magically intertwined. Where the wishing tree starts glowing, when you wish upon a star, and your passions and desires seem to echo in its bark. So, come running, swoop in, apparate, and let your fandom clamors resonate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome McKenna Grace.
Sorry about that.
How are you today?
I'm so sorry, I haven't seen this. This is incredible. I feel like I'm in a little forest.
Yeah, it feels like it. Is this your first time in Belgium, or have you been here before?
It's my first time. I've never been. I really love it. I got here yesterday, so I'm really jet lagged, but...
Well, we're so happy you're here, because you've had such an amazing career already, even though you're only 17, so that's super, super impressive.
Thank you.
But maybe before we talk about anything else, I have to ask you about the Ghostbusters, because Frozen Empire just came out. I don't know if anyone has seen it already. A lot of people love Ghostbusters, I love it too. But how familiar were you with it when you first auditioned for Afterlife?
I was a massive fan. I was a Ghostbuster for Halloween when I was 12 or 11. I don't even know. I used to carry around little Slimer toys with me whenever I was younger. I was a very, very big fan of Ghostbusters prior to getting to be a part of the franchise. So it was very surreal. It still is.
And what was the audition process like?
Well, sometimes whenever you're auditioning for things and it's like a really big franchise or a really big project, they don't tell you what you're auditioning for. They keep it all secret and under wraps, and that was what Ghostbusters was. They didn't tell me what I was auditioning for, but there was little whispers that it might be Ghostbusters, and so I was like, oh my god, I have to audition, I have to do this, and I don't know, I was convinced that they weren't going to hire me, like 100% convinced they weren't going to hire me, and then they brought me for the chemistry reads, and there was Ivan Reitman and Jason Reitman and a proton pack, and it was all my dreams come true just getting to read for them, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I can imagine, because in Afterlife, a lot of the original Ghostbusters also reprised their roles. What was it like working with them?
It was really cool. It was, I mean, like I said, it was a dream come true. It was crazy. These guys that I had been watching my entire life, now I was getting to stand across from them in a Ghostbuster suit, nonetheless. And especially in Frozen Empire, we got to work with them a lot more than we did on Afterlife, because Afterlife, they were kind of around for the finale, but in Frozen Empire, they were there for a lot of the time, so it was really fun to spend a lot of time with them.
Yeah, it's also really great that the sequel already came out, because I think it's the first time for you that you've reprised like a character and you've done more than one time of playing it. So what has that been like for you? What kind of new parts of the character did you discover and do while filming Frozen Empire?
Yeah, I've done sequels, but I've never done a sequel like this to a franchise where it's all the same and it's special and Ghostbusters. So it was really cool, especially being so many years later. You know, I booked the role when I was 12, and you know, now I'm 17, so quite a big leap age-wise and where I am in life. So it was really cool to get to come back and see everybody again and portray Phoebe at such a different point in her life and in my life.
Yeah, of course, because in Frozen Empire, Phoebe is told that she can be a team, she can't be a part of the team anymore because she's too young. And I was wondering for you, because you're such a young person in the acting industry, is that feeling of being judged upon your age in any way relatable to you, and how did you manage it?
Yeah, I mean, of course, isn't that like a rite of passage as a young person to be put down for how young you are? You know, of course, especially for me being in a career, in a workplace that's kind of dominated by adults. You know, I predominantly work with adults and don't really work with people my age, so yeah, it's definitely can feel different or isolating at times, but you know, I've had it no other way. Luckily I have a family that really supports me and looks after me, but yeah, I definitely relate to that in Phoebe, for sure, but same as her, just kind of pushing through it.
What is your favorite part about playing Phoebe?
Getting to be a part of a Ghostbusters movie, I really just, it blows my mind.
Fair, yeah. When Afterlife was first announced, I was a bit worried because I remember that when they did a reboot of Ghostbusters in 2016, there were a lot of racist and misogynistic quotes being spread about the cast. So did you have that in your mind in any way when you signed up for a new chapter of the franchise?
Yeah, of course. Something that I've never, can I just say, like, I personally really liked, like, because I'm such a fan of Ghostbusters, I liked the 2016 Ghostbusters.
Me too.
I really enjoyed it. It was, you know, at the time, a Ghostbusters sequel, so for me, I was super into it. I love all the Ghostbusters films that have come out, and there are terrible things being said about, like, our sequels as well. There's bad things being said about the cast. I think that it's just terrifying in general, bringing back to life something that has been such an integral part of so many people's childhoods and lives, and it's such an iconic franchise to be a part of. No matter what you do, you're always going to be doing something wrong to somebody, and I think that going into it, it was just kind of, I'm such a big fan of Ghostbusters, I want to play this part to the best of my abilities and create a film that, as a Ghostbusters fan, I'm proud of, and something that I'm proud to be a part of, and a film that I really love and enjoy. And I feel like we did that. Our films were made with so much love for the franchise and for the fans, and I feel like that's really the best you can do whenever you're bringing something back to life like we did. Truly just make it with as much love as possible and hope that people like it.
Yeah, I can imagine that it can be quite difficult because in some way you have to honor what has come before you and then also write a new chapter. So what is the most difficult thing in finding that balance?
I mean, luckily that's kind of up to Jason and Gil, the writers. Luckily they have to figure that out. I don't know, I think that it truly is such a delicate balance, because if you lean too much into the old films, then you're just doing too much fan service, or is there such a thing as too much fan service, especially in a franchise like Ghostbusters? I personally am down for it, but if you lean too far into it, then it's too much, and if you stray too far, then it's too different. And so I personally, watching the films, really loved them and think that they did a fantastic job at juggling both, especially Frozen Empire, because it still has the original cast that sticks true to the originals, but we have an entirely new bad guy, but we brought it back to New York like the originals, but we have an entirely new cast, we have entirely new presence. It's really cool. I think that it's a delicate balance, and no matter what, some people are going to love it, and no matter what, some people are going to hate it. And like I said, I mean, whoever loves it, but I personally think that we did a great job of balancing it.
Yeah, you did, absolutely. What was the best day of filming Frozen Afterlife or Frozen Empire?
On Frozen Empire, it's hard. There was a lot of days I really loved. I just kind of loved the days whenever we had everybody on set as an ensemble, because we'd all just kind of sit in the cast tent and listen to Dan Aykroyd stories or Paul Rudd stories, and that was probably the best part about shooting, was just getting to sit in the tent and listen to everybody's stories and experiences and just talk.
Besides Ghostbusters, you've been in so many different projects, but one I definitely did want to bring up is The Handmaid's Tale, because you're so great in it. And I was wondering, what was it like to be a part of, it's again becoming a part of a franchise that was already there for a couple of years, maybe less years than Ghostbusters, but it was a well-oiled machine that you stepped into. So what was it like to be a part of that show?
I definitely I feel like I had a bit more of an understanding and a pressure with that one, because with Ghostbusters, you know, I was so young and I was just so excited to get on set and start and just do it to the best of my abilities and go with it, because we're bringing it back. But with Handmaids, you know, it was an ongoing series and a very dark series at that, with an all-adult cast. And to me, as a fan of that series, watching the show, especially before I came onto it, I think that they are some of the best actors, like one of the best acted series I've ever watched. And so I was like, I cannot show up onto this set and mess up that streak. Everybody on this set is so incredible. You know, it was scary, but a role that I still am incredibly proud of, that I really love. You know, I was honored to be 14, playing a 14-year-old, because I feel like usually, especially for a series of that subject matter. They wouldn't hire somebody young to play that age because it makes people uncomfortable, but that's the entire point of the show. I think that my goal is to make people uncomfortable, and if you're upset that someone is just acting out a scene, then maybe we should be more concerned for the girls and children and people that are actually going through these situations. So I was very honored, still am. I love shooting on Handmaid's Tale. It is a really lovely set to be a part of.
The 6th and final season is going to start shooting in a couple of months. Are you going to be a part of that too?
I think so, I hope so. I'm truly excited to start shooting again. I'm not sure when, but I mean, I haven't heard too much yet, but I really am stoked.
Your character, Esther, in Handmaid's Tale, she has been through a lot. What would your ideal future for her be?
I don't want to say anything, because like, I don't even want to jinx anything. Like, the show is so bleak, like, I don't even know what's going to happen to anyone. I mean, ideally, I hope that Esther finds some happiness, same with any of the characters.
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Is there any other franchise that you would like to be a part of?
Anything that would have me. It's not a franchise, but my dream in life is to be a Disney princess, and so that's like, I don't know, it's like a little girl in me, and me now just like always wanted that.
Yeah. What kind of princess would you like to be then?
My favorite movie is Tangled, and so that's like my dream in life.
Well, they're doing a live action Tangled, I've heard, so it would be great. Okay, I think it's maybe time to let the audience ask some questions, because I can already see that there are quite some people who have lined up. So please ask whatever you want to ask, but maybe don't ask for autographs or photos, because we really want to get this thing going and get as many people as possible to ask a question. So just let's get started. Go ahead.
Hello, I have 2 questions. The first one is, how's Gizmo doing?
Gizmo's great, honestly. He's really sad though because he couldn't come this weekend, and this is his first Comic-Con he's missing. But he's great. He's great.
And the second one is, we all know you started acting very young, but was it like as a little girl, you dreamed for doing acting for life, or was it like 1 audition nice, maybe 2 would be great, but I don't have to?
I probably never really imagined that it would turn into this or that it would come this far. I mean, truly, getting to sit here like on stage and talk about Ghostbusters and acting is weird. It doesn't feel real. Every day I'm kind of waiting for the ball to drop or to wake up. But it really has always been my dream to continue acting for the rest of my life. It still is, because I hope that I continue acting for the rest of my life. But yeah, it was always my dream as a little girl, and so it's weird to be here now. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's take the next question from that side, but please keep yourself to 1 question, because we really want to give as many people as possible the chance.
Hi. Hiya. Thank you so much for being here. You look amazing. In quite a few of your roles, you played characters that are just a few years younger than you, like now in Ghostbusters, but even in Gifted, you played a character that was 2 or 3 years younger. Is that difficult to do, or is it something that you can kind of easily do because you're closer to that age?
I don't think it's too difficult to do, but you have no idea how hard it is to actually book a role that is my age. Because anybody who's playing the role of a 17-year-old is like 25. So it's like, it's such a battle. I guess I never thought about it that way. Yeah, I feel like everybody's always playing younger in Hollywood. It's such a weird thing, but no, it's not too hard. I think that it's nice because I've already known what it was like to be at that age.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
You are quite young while you are shooting movies. Did you miss a lot of school?
I've never been to school before. In my entire life, I've never stepped foot in a school. But I've been homeschooled, and I graduated 3 years ago, actually, which is crazy. I did college for a little bit. Yeah, I did college for about 2 years, but I have not gone, I wanted to get an associate's degree, but I haven't gone back. I was doing online. But yeah, whenever you're on set, they have a tutor that pulls you from set for 3 hours. You do your school and on set and whatnot. But yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Over there.
Hi, I was wondering if you could make up any ghost, what would it look like?
Man, sometimes whenever I'm signing things, I just draw like a little ghost just because it makes me laugh, and so it's just like a silly little ghost. I don't know. Let's make it, you know what? This is really stupid, but this is the only thing that's coming to mind. I was walking around the con earlier and I bought a little stuffed animal that was a like fried shrimp tempura, and so I'd want him to look like that. I don't know, it looks really silly. You should go by the vendor, it was funny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Or goose. Sorry.
Hi. You already told us your favorite Disney movies timeless. Who's your favorite Disney princess and why?
Rapunzel. Rapunzel's my favorite Disney princess like ever. I love, are you Flame Princess?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And Finn's behind you, I love it. But I don't know why, I'm just obsessed with that movie. I love the songs. Oh, I love the songs. I've already watched that movie like 3 times this year. I rewatch it over and over all the time. It's just, I don't know, I thought that they had such fun chemistry, and I liked that she wasn't solely dependent on him, but they still had like a connection where they worked together, and she like kind of right, and I don't know, I thought that she was the coolest. Thank you.
Hi, I am Jennifer, and I just wanted to say that me and my brother are really big fan of you.
Thank you.
And for my question is, I try to be an actress too. I'm trying really hard, and I'm 17 too, so I wanted to ask if you have any tips, like to how to get in acting world, like how did you find the casting call for Ghostbusters and all those stuff, or just how to really get in the acting world?
Shoot, it's so hard to think because I was so young at the time. I went to an acting class whenever I was younger. That's how I got in, was I went to an acting class and just would go out for auditions and do commercials and do little shoots for like kids' toys and magazines. And also the industry was so different whenever I got into it, because now everything is over Zoom, everything's online, social media is such a big aspect. It's a big difference from whenever I got into acting, but I started off in an acting class and kind of connected to people through there and managed to find an agent somehow through all of that. Also, are you Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
I really like that anime.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, what's your favorite song of the movies?
Right now, okay, I'm really into Flyleaf and Evanescence. Those are 2 of my all-time favorite bands. So I've been listening to I think it's I'm So Sick by Flyleaf. I love that song, but I also really like Chappell Rowan as somebody I just discovered over the past month. So I love Godblind Supernova. That's one of my favorites. Sorry, I listen to so much music all the time. I really like Boy Genius Cool about it. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you for being here. I came from France to see you. My question is, what is your favorite celebrity, or if you have one idol who you love like I love you?
One what?
If you have any idol or someone you love.
A hero? That's what you said?
No, a celebrity.
Oh, celebrity. Oh man, I'm such a big fan of so many people. My favorite thing about coming to these cons is like meeting everybody, getting to do things, but I like to fan out, and whenever I'm in the green room, I just like to speak out and be like, oh my god, it's so-and-so. At one of the last conventions I was at, Hayden Christensen was there, and I was losing my mind. I'm a really big fan of him. And Matthew Lillard was at one of the ones I was at, so I was freaking out the entire time. I really love Florence Pugh and Aaron Taylor Johnson are like 2 of my favorite
So my question is, you've also been on Once Upon a Time only for a short while, but I was wondering, what was your experience there? Like, did you get to meet many of the cast? Did you have any interactions with them? Did you still have contact with them?
I did get to meet a good few of the cast. Yeah, it was a really fun set to be a part of. I don't know if I still talk to the cast, but I mean, I was so young at the time. But it was a really fun set to be a part of, and after leaving the show, I ended up becoming a big fan and watching a bunch of the seasons, so I really liked the show as well. And I was like so stoked. I was like, oh my god, I met that person, I met that person I saw on set. But yeah, it was a really fun set to be part of while I was there.
And who was your favorite character in Once Upon a Time?
Is it Rumpelstiltskin who's married to Belle? Then that's my favorite, yeah. I really liked them. I never finished the series though, so I don't know if anybody's like that or anything. Like,
I ship them a lot. I love Rumpelstiltskin.
Same.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't have so much time left, so please keep your question as short as possible.
I'm on video call with my sister, Holly. She lives in Northern Ireland.
Hi, sister!
And I'm also from Northern Ireland, but I moved to Belgium for fun, so I'm wondering if you have a country you would love to move to?
Also, I just said I sounded like James Charles. I really love Ireland. I shot a film in Dublin last year, and it was my favorite place I've ever gotten to shoot. I loved shooting there. Honestly, I love Dublin. I do. I think that I could totally live there. Or maybe Japan. Like, I feel like I want to live there, but like, who wouldn't? It's really cool there. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. You have a lot of songs, and they're all really good, but which one is your personal favorite?
Probably a bunch that I haven't released yet, but right now I think out of the ones I have released are probably like Casual Kisser or Postparty Trauma.
Those are very different.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hi, you played in a few great horror movies and shows, so I was wondering if you actually got scared on set or while filming, and if you have something to tell us.
I mean, obviously horror movies are definitely very scary to watch, but they aren't super scary to shoot. Except I did an Annabelle film, and literally they started off production by having a priest come and bless the set with holy water, and so that kind of sets you up to be on edge the entire shoot. So there was a lot of creepy things that happened on that set, but it was never too scary, but everybody was kind of in their head and all freaked out if we were going to get haunted or not. Thank you. That was before I was on Ghostbusters, so I couldn't fight the ghosts.
Hi. You just said you have music that you haven't released yet. Do you have any release dates and maybe a concept plan or something?
I am playing Lollapalooza this year, which I'm really excited about. I've never done it before. I'm really excited about that, so I'll be doing that later this year. I hope to play more shows this year before then, earlier somebody asked how Gizmo was. Gizmo's doing great because he just shot a music video with me, so that'll hopefully be, who knows what's coming soon, but yeah, I have a lot of music coming soon. Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Hi.
Of course, we all love your long-form media, but actually one of my guilty pleasures is your TikToks. They're so amazing and fun to watch. So can you tell me one person that you would love to make a TikTok with?
I don't even know. I feel like, oh gosh, I feel like that was my thing on Ghostbusters. I was like, I got Bill Murray into a TikTok, and I was like, that's it. Why do I even need my cow anymore? Like, that's all I need. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for being here, first of all. My question is, if you could play any character from any book or show, which character would you choose from which show or book?
You know, I'm a really big fan of Heathers, but I also really love Heathers the musical, and so I was always really hoping that maybe they'd do like an adaptation of the musical like they just did with Mean Girls, because I love Veronica. Yeah, I really love that. Yeah, I feel like those are my two like dream roles. Those are what I always think of whenever I'm like, who would I love to play? Something like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over there.
Hi. Were the sets dangerous?
Were the sets dangerous?
Yeah.
You know what? No. For legal reasons? No, they weren't really dangerous, but one time on the set of Frozen Empire, Dan Aykroyd was driving a motorcycle and I was in the sidecar, and he was supposed to stop after he pulled out of the garage, but he didn't stop and he kept going, and there was probably like a dirt pile. I don't know, it was at least like as tall as that desk thing back there, or taller, probably much bigger. But he kept going and headed straight for it and ramped my cart off of it, and like we almost tipped over. He almost crashed us into a lot of things because he was supposed to stop but didn't, and I'd say that was one of the more dangerous days on set. Thank you. Thank you.
If you could be one person that you have played, who would it be?
Phoebe Spangler? I'd like to be a Ghostbuster. Thank you.
Over to the Ghostbuster over there.
McKenna, thank you for Ghostbusters, Afterlife, and Frozen Empire. You're the best addition since Winston.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but which of the two movies did you enjoy the most to shoot?
I think that nothing really beats Afterlife, just the magic feeling of getting to be on that set for the first time and bring it to life. I mean, they were both very, very different experiences. Frozen Empire was really fun because I was so much older and actually got to connect with the cast and hang out with everybody, but I mean, Afterlife was just probably one of the best couple months of my life.
Thank you, please bring forward.
Thank you, that's the dream.
Hello, you were seen in 3 other interesting movies, Itonia, Captain Marvel, and Malignant by James Wan. Can you tell in short your experiences on set while making them?
All 3 of those were wildly different, but really nice experiences. I mean, being a part of all of those were really fun. James Wan, I love working with him. I'm the biggest fan of his films. Itonia was really rushed, but really fun and cool to be a part of. And what was the other you said?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Oh, that was really cool to be a part of, especially being a really big fan of Marvel myself. You know, I was there for a short amount of time, but I got to crash a go-kart, so that was really fun.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we have time for 4 more questions, so let's start over there.
Hi, my name is Claudia, and you did a lot of projects when you were really, really young, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Once Upon a Time. And my question is, what was your all-time favorite to do when you were a really young kid?
Hi, I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
It's hard to say. I really love what I do and I love working, and so getting to be on set as a kid was just the best thing that I could be doing. There was no place I'd rather be, and still isn't. But I mean, I did Ghostbusters whenever I was 12, 13, and so I'd consider that younger. That honestly changed my, well, not honestly, like that changed my life. And, you know, I could tell that it was something really special and bigger than me, just even though I was so young and getting to be on set. So that was probably one of my favorite projects I've ever done in general as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Over there.
Hi, what is your biggest idol right now?
I'd say my favorite actress is Florence Pugh. I think that I love her performances. I've never seen anybody convey emotion so well. Or Elizabeth Moss. My mom, wherever she may be, whoever she is, my mom is my person that I look up to, so thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, over here.
Hi. So as a lot of you guys may know, you're really close friends with Ariel. So I was
really cool. I mean, yeah, I'm a massive Percy Jackson fan, so like I love the books, and I think he's the most fantastic rover. So sure, yeah. I mean, I feel it. It's so cool. I love Percy Jackson. Okay, thank you.
Okay, last question. Make it count.
Okay, is there a director that you connected more with on the set?
More with?
Yes.
Or just a director I really enjoyed working with, or?
Yes, this one.
Sure. I mean, I really loved working with Jason Reitman. And Gil, of course, but I mean, I think that, again, there was just a magic that was on Afterlife that I don't know, it was a really special part of my life, so I've always really valued working with Jason because I think that it taught me a lot about being an actor, because, you know, I was also so young, so I truly learned a lot from Jason and being on that set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, McKenna, for being here today. You were amazing. Again, please let me hear you one more time.
Thank you.